I seen a clown in real life the other day. I seen a clown in real life the other day. I seen a clown in real life the other day. Darius Walker, clown car. Number, I think this is 4? 4?
4 sound about right.
4 sounds about right. Have you watched the other ones?
I've watched the first 2.
Hey! Look at that. Look at that. Top fan. Top fan. In the car. Fuck yeah.
Here for it.
Sick. Cool. So, we have to roast each other in like 5 days?
Yes. Coming up soon on the 15th.
15th? Are you excited?
I am excited. 3rd roast ever, actually. I'm ready to get into and hopefully make a deeper run.
Okay.
2nd dog comic roast.
2nd dog comic roast. I'm hyped. This is going to be my first dog comic roast, but I think I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. I think I've done like 8 roasts before.
8?
Mm-hmm.
Jeez, where'd you place on those?
Well, the other ones weren't really like roast battles. I've done 3 or 4 roast battles, but then the other ones beyond that were like roast shows. They're like themed. One we did for a guy's 55th birthday, so it was like the whole comedy scene, and then like roasted him at the end because he was in the comedy scene. And then the other one we did, it was a roast of Batman as like fictional characters.
Yeah.
So that shit was tight. And we got another roast coming out that I'm not gonna release yet.
Ooh.
Actually, it's gonna be in September. We're doing. It's gonna be like, I don't know. It's in Indiana. It's in LaPorte, Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna do a roast of video game characters. We're partnering with this arcade. It's gonna be fucking sick.
Dude, you're on it. You're on it.
We're doing the thing. But yeah, I'm fucking hyped for this roast, man. Where this is a bracketed roast, so we're the first round.
Yes, we are.
And yeah, like, you feeling confident?
I am not, for some reason, because I feel like I haven't put as much effort into this one as I have previous roast battles, but I still feel fine about it. I mean, first roast battle I did, it was through Demented Peach production company. They did it 16 people, and that was more crowd-based, where this one is judge panel-based. The crowd-based one, I got 2nd place. It went well, but once again, I was unprepared when I got to the end. This one, last one, dog comic, I got knocked out first round by Garage and Harmony Hall host Joseph Johnson. Great guy. And you know what? I'm looking at Big Goon.
Fucks. Disclaimer.
Hard.
Joe Johnson fucks.
Them up.
We both came 2nd place in Demented Peach Roast.
Really?
Yeah, I did one like 2 months ago. And so like I was preparing for an entire month to roast my first round person, and then she dropped out. And I was like, oh, fuck. It's like, this is already like a very vulnerable thing, making jokes about somebody, and then you're like, oh my god, like now this person dropped, and then they were going to give me a bye to the next round.
Yeah.
But then Rayla Gray came up, and she was like, hey, can I just jump in? And they're like, hell yeah. I was like, okay, fuck. Like, oh, dude, it was crazy. I was a nervous wreck just because I was like, fuck, like, are these jokes going to go too far because I didn't put too much thought into them, or am I just going to bomb because I don't have anything? And they ended up going really well, and I was like, all right, cool. But then when I got to the end, I realized I really didn't prepare any jokes for Justin.
There we go.
I didn't prepare any jokes, and then I was up there like trying to make jokes on the spot, looking like a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it was so bad. I feel like my jokes hit really, really hard that night, but then when I didn't have anything prepared, I bombed harder than anybody all night.
It's because you don't have the energy or the confidence behind it at that point. I feel like when you get to the final round, I think Dog Comic did a great job in making sure that they gave preparation time. Like, all right, final round, because then I'm like, I can take my jokes, because usually I write for half the bracket. That's my style at that point. And I feel like anyone I don't go against, well, you know what, I'll be ready, and I can kind of shift it towards them in some way. Like a small, like, change at just the end, you know, of a comparison, basically. No, but I feel pretty good about this. I love the fact they do a pretty good job with the whole 4 people, got panel right there, and then crowd vote as a tiebreaker.
That's cool. See, I did the Mike Logan roast. He did it at Ambrosia Theater, and they had, like, a judges panel, which that was the first time I experienced that, which was pretty cool, but it was interesting too because the judges were like shitting on the comics no matter what. So I was like, okay, this is fun for the audience. But yeah, sometimes I've seen a lot of crowd vote shows because like I've done lots of comedy competitions in general, but not tons of roasts. So seeing like some crowd votes go through, I'm just like, this is bullshit.
Yeah, that's how I felt.
Mm-hmm.
I can do well, but I think as well as it goes into just like, you're just likable person at that point. If they just like you, they're going to push you through, even if they feel uneven on something. Where in a panel, it's like they're looking for specific things. These are people that have experienced comedy in a variety of forms.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting, man. I like roast, like style judged comedy way more than I like any other type of like comedy competition.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like it's so subjective, and like a lot of times I'm just like, this is bullshit. Just because
Really?
I'm really hyper analytical of what I like with people, and that's the thing though. It's like some people prefer crowd work and energy over like writing, and it's like, okay, it's like, who was wrong in that situation? Nobody.
Yep.
You know.
I prefer stand-up competition overall. I love a stand-up competition. I think the most unique one I've been a part of was a competition where, and it felt like you feel bad about it. You were actually there. It was just like, all right, you're going to do 3 minutes, and then you're going to do 5 minutes, and then you're going to do 10 minutes. And I was like, that's kind of weird, because I don't feel like you tread all this way over here for 3 minutes. I feel like it could have been done better, and it was in groups as well. Like 4 people in one group, and only 2 can advance. It's tricky, and it makes you think a little bit too much, but I feel like you could have made a better version of it.
Yeah, for sure. And that's
I liked it, though.
Well, what I like about, especially, I guess, in the last, 4-ish years, I think I've seen a lot more diverse takes on stand-up shows compared to, just traditional stand-up shows. Because a lot of times people in the Midwest and, our area of people doing comedy, if they're not coming out for a specific name, what are you getting them out there for?
That's true.
So it's roast battle. I feel like people are like, oh shit, that's cool. Exactly. This is something that makes it interesting, and I feel like that gets people out and exposed to more comics that they wouldn't necessarily have been.
Yeah.
Going to traditional comedy shows, and I just feel like so many more producers and people around are putting a lot more effort into trying to figure out different ways to get people more exposed to live entertainment. Yeah. Like Casey's show with the
Shocking, the wing prov. The following month, it's going to be excellent. He didn't release it yet, but it's going to be interesting.
Was that some foreshadowing?
Yeah, foreshadowing.
I think this is the first foreshadowing on the Clown Car podcast.
Oh yeah, dude, he puts on a great show and creativity. I was a little worried at first, but he's already got this month booked. He's doing a great job, and I'm glad that Final Gravity is back. Fun fact, I was a big idiot when it came to understanding what Final Gravity was, because I thought that meant that it was the final show every single time.
That's hilarious.
It took me a few months to learn, because I wanted to get on for a while, and I was like, wait, he's doing one more?
Damn.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's like a who was on first bit inside of yourself.
Damn.
That reminds me, I was out to dinner with my girlfriend and her mom.
And it was...
And it continues.
And the story thickens, the plot.
That was crazy. That's going to be an interesting transition. We're just going to look like we just completely glitched in the Matrix.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Shouts out Android.
Get it.
Hell yeah. But fuck yeah. So, cool. Well, we're going to be roasting each other this weekend. Ooh, we can do a follow-up.
All right.
After the roast. See how we felt. Yes. Make sure there's no hard feelings.
Of course not. I think people should hug after the way we kind of disclosed information about ourselves.
Oh, for sure.
Which
I thought was personal. A great idea.
Great.
That was because, a lot of times, especially with a 16 roast bracket, roast bracket, you don't know anything about these people.
No. Mm-hmm. And so then you're going off of strictly based, superficial external appearances only. If I can have to judge a bigger person or a black person, of course I already know I'm going to go into their dad or their size. Mm-hmm. But now I can go into their character, their life, and their backstory, which makes it way better. I feel like we're going to do a great job of not crossing that line, but I'm not the one that cares if you do cross that line. As long as we can hug now after.
Oh yeah,
I'm like,
for
damn.
Sure. I really like finding just that line in my comedy. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, how could I say this terrible thing tastefully?
Yes.
I love finding that. So, and roasts are just such a good writing exercise for that, and they're just fun to be vulnerable, especially when you're doing it with a group of people that have the right mindset going into
Correct.
it. It'll be sick. It's gonna be cool, like doing this afterwards too. I'm hyped to see like what we're gonna like, who's gonna win, and like I don't know. It's just so cool. I love writing roast, man. What really sucks though is when you write roast for people and then you never get to go up against them. So then it's like, well, fuck.
Right for half the bracket. For my first roast, I wrote for the full bracket, and obviously I didn't get a chance to use it. So I had so much left over, getting knocked out with the previous one, had so much left over. That's why I've been taking a mildly lazy approach to this one, but now I feel better after we had to give up all the information about ourselves.
How do you feel about, like, suppose you roasted somebody on a roast before, and then suppose you have a good roast for them, and you're in a roast with them again?
Yeah.
What do you feel about that?
I have one actually for a person that I could possibly face that even they complimented me on going forward, and I feel hacky, honestly, if I use it again.
That's what I'm saying, but I got one and it's so fucking good. I'm like, if I go against this person, I'm gonna use this shit just because I know it's gonna kill it. And also, there's a possibility that I won't go against them, and I do, but I also have these other people to go against. It's crazy. I feel like some anime character trying to like do the strategy. Like to figure
Power
out.
up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm doing some Game of Thrones shit. You know what I'm
gosh.
saying? I'm just like, okay, where am I gonna be moving? Master puppets.
So I feel like Super Saiyan. Like I can't go Super Saiyan 2 already. I can't jump out to Super Saiyan 4, Goku, Dragon Ball Z / Dragon Ball Super reference. But I don't know.
Not Dragon Ball GT.
No. Well, I did when I said Super Saiyan 4. That's when it would be.
But then it comes around in the other ones, right? Oh, wait.
No, only
is that with Omega Shenron? That's GT is in the Omega Shenron?
Shenron is GT as well.
Wow,
Yes.
I thought GT was just Baby.
No, they went to the Omega Shenron, so you had a bunch. They made a wish on the Black Star Dragon Balls, and then that's when you make a wish on those. The planet that you made the wish on is going to explode unless you get all 7 back on the planet. It's ridiculous.
God damn. I think we got to get back into this show, though.
Yes,
Are you doing time on this show?
I'm not. I gave away my time because it's
damn.
fine. Yeah, no.
Okay, that's interesting maneuver.
No.
That's interesting. Is that a tax write-off?
I know. Yeah. I'm a part of a few shows in the upcoming future, so I'm like, it's okay. I can give away some right now.
Okay, look at it. Fucking Darius Walker out here helping the comedy community.
Yeah,
seriously, that's the one thing we can't get back is time.
You're right.
Speaking truths. All right. Well, thanks for being on this.
Anytime.
And we're probably gonna do the follow up on Saturday.
Yes, I'll be ready for it.
Let's plan on it later. Clown car. Bam. Clown car. Darius Walker. Part 2, Roast Chronicles, Part 2.
Glad to be here. We just completed that roast battle.
You son of a bitch. Darius won by crown decision.
And it was close. I think, honestly, we had the best first round. Not to be biased, but I think clearly.
For sure. There were, like, definitely some shoddy first rounds. There's a lot of awkward stuff, but we had a really good back and forth. Like, we came prepared to the roast. And it's interesting when you see that with like roasts, because that's a lot of times you like people drop out and they have to fill in with other people, and then you get the awkward silence. Stand-up comedy, as weird as it is, and then trying to do it where you're insulting someone tastefully, that's hard too.
Now, shout out to Dog Comic Productions putting on once again a great event. But
Shouts out to the dogs.
Yes, I think the only thing I will say is, like I said, they did the best with the drops, but having that corner, like there was a corner of the bracket that just felt a bit slower, and I think everyone could tell where, like you said, some of them said, quote unquote, it aged them a bit, but shout out to the people that were able to step in and try that for that first time.
That was shocking, like especially like that one chick, I think her name was Elena or something like that, how she stepped in and then just like actually had some solid rounds. It was cool seeing like almost an outsider like in a bracket and like continue and move on. I was like, all right, she had some good shit. Was it the American Sniper bit?
Yes.
That was great. That was great. That
Killer.
shit was fire. It was good shit. You had a really good roast.
I appreciate it.
I really liked the cotton candy picking one. That shit was fucking hilarious.
Thank you.
I don't remember what your last roast for me was though.
The last one had to entail about the senses, because you had damaging with the car accident that damaged your eyesight, and then I tacked the remaining 4 senses after that to not be non-specific at the moment.
Damn. That shit hit. That shit hit at the end. That was good. I was like not expecting, especially talking to you earlier on Tuesday. I was like, okay, like I was like, Darius is like, he seemed not super confident in his roast, but your shit seemed very put together and like very well thought out. Did you like put more effort into it after we had that conversation, or were you like, were most of those like did you have them like when we first talked?
I started this morning.
Oh shit!
I've been staring at your paragraph in the group chat for so long.
So good.
And I was golfing. I was like, guys, I'm just so stressed right now. Like, I gotta get
so
this together.
Just a bunch of rich white men, just like, it's all right, Darius. It's all right.
You'll be fine. It's okay.
Damn.
The roast is temporary. Life is going on. I was like, I need to do well. I respect this man.
That shit was fire, dude. I was like not expecting you to come out with as much heat as you did, and that was good, bro. That was fire as fuck. I think we had our round was great, man. I could live in that moment forever, Darius.
Same. I felt
could
comfortable.
live in that moment forever. That was some good shit, though. I love roast, man. I love writing for roast so much. I have so many pent up roasts now, though. I have so many. Do you still feel the same way, like getting to like the second one? Hold on. 100 miles, coming in.
I'll hop in the backseat.
Oh, is there a room? I don't think there's room, Hunter.
I'm making room.
Holy shit. 100 Miles, special guest in the Clown Car Podcast. This is amazing. What's your name, sir?
Quincy Bird.
Quincy?
Q.
Q?
That's my friend Q. I told him to stay where he was, and he didn't believe me.
Yeah, ignore me.
Special guest, 100 Miles, and
Hi,
Q.
Darius. I don't want to take your mic. You guys can go ahead and keep talking. I'll listen.
Shouts out to Hunter. Hunter was also in the thing. You can pick up the thing from this.
Yeah, I know. I figured
We
as
haven't
much.
made it to Spotify yet, all right? We're sticking.
It's not that hard.
Slow down.
It's not.
Slow down.
It's not that hard.
It
Actually,
really isn't hard at all.
By the time you hear this, wherever it is, YouTube, which is great, you can also find my podcast on YouTube called Where Is This Going? Podcast about artists you may not know yet, but hopefully will soon grow to appreciate at the very least. You can also find that on Spotify, Google Play, Apple, wherever you find podcasts, really. And soon, these two gentlemen will probably join me on the podcast because I'm running out of guests.
Fire as fuck.
So,
also, just follow
Can't
his
wait to
comedy. Hunter's not just a podcast guy. He's got
yeah.
fire ass comedy. He was just in the roast we were in.
Yeah, I went out in the first round. It was a pretty fun time.
You feel penned up, don't you? You can be honest.
You have a lot more jokes, don't
We can
you?
be honest on the Clown Car.
Here's the honesty.
Okay. Let it out.
I got out in the first round again. Yes, this is my second roast battle, just because I shy away from them. I'm fragile. But I got out in the first round again, but my jokes that I had prepared for the second round got someone on to the third round. So I'm happy for that.
Ghostwriting.
I wrote 2/3 of a winning set. So
That shit, I wanted to do that so bad.
You
I wanted
could've
to give
did that.
I wanted to give you the fucking. Oh,
but here's
I wanted to
the
give you that
thing.
so bad.
Here's the thing. I did write 3/3, one whole of a losing set as well. So I don't know if it really, it might balance out.
People really just trusting your comedic ability too.
Yeah, and
That's impressive.
I'll take it, but sadly it got me nowhere. But except for it did get me on the Clown Car Podcast. So I appreciate me noticing you guys. And
Good. Shouts out to your own observational skills.
Yeah.
Everybody, let's
pretty
take a
aware.
moment to give it.
I don't know if you guys understand. I am an observational comic, so I'll get out of here. I've also observed. I think the length of time I've been on here, it's been almost a minute, and I think that's cool enough for me. If you guys want to know more, follow Hunter Miles Comedy on TikTok and Facebook, and _Hunter Miles on Instagram and Twitter. Thank you so much, boys.
This is
Love
so
you, Max.
crazy.
Love you, Darius.
I
guys
love
stay
you,
safe.
Hunter. This is
100
so
miles.
crazy.
Also, clean out your fucking car.
Listen, bro.
The Clown
It's
Car.
a
Come
clown
on
car,
now.
exactly.
Come on now. It's not
Everybody.
easy to get in.
He still got in it.
He did.
Still got
He
in
did.
it. He
He
was
made-
exactly thirsty.
That
Thirsty
was-
to get in that back
I respect
seat.
it.
I respect it too. That
It
was
a
good.
thrive.
This feels like a Mr. Rogers Neighborhood kind of vibe now.
I feel like the whole neighborhood could jump in here at any time now.
Anytime, at any time, it's gonna be awesome. And then I wonder, then it'll be like a real clown car. See how many people we can pack in the clown car.
no.
Oh, dude. Oh, bro.
I feel a health code violation coming.
Oh, it's gonna be great. I'm very excited. I really liked our roast, man.
I did.
That's
well.
that's the thing, and it's cool. Like at least Like those, I put a lot of effort into the first round. I feel like everybody does
Everyone did.
because you're like, okay, well, like these are the ones that really matter to try to get the building blocks to get to the second bracket of this. So I put a lot into those jokes, and it seemed like you put a lot into it too. That was good shit.
This was a long morning.
It was, and that's what it is too. Like when you're getting ready, like you know you're gonna be insulting somebody to their face, but like in they're your homies. Like
I'm very uncomfortable about it at first, but the fact that we can sit there and just talk about it prior to was fine. And I've looked forward to doing this, but at the same time, it's just I want it to get over. So like the way of the world is gone now, and I'm happy with the result. I mean, I feel like that. It could be better. Could have been better in some ways, I think, but it's alright.
Oh, well, yeah, you got me to the second round. That's good shit.
Yeah, I think we just need to make it more of a 5, and this is just my idea. I think it should be a panel of 5 instead of a panel of 4.
Okay.
Crowd vote's great because it's interactive and gets people going. At the same time, I think that's my favorite thing about this production company with it, like I said previously, is the fact that these are people we know that understand the structure of jokes and appreciate the structure of jokes versus people that are just, and they're taking account crowd reaction already. When you have an audience going into it, it gets a little tricky when it goes down to this crowd vote in the end.
Yeah, I'm very analytical when it comes to comedy, and like I love writing and stuff like that. So I've been in like several competitions before. I'm like, wait a minute, that person should have gone on.
Oh yeah,
but that's like, and I've come to like love that aspect of it too. Because then crazy shit happens, you know, and then you get crazy people that signed up for the roast like half an hour ago, and somehow they just start murdering and just seeing shit like that. So I've come to love that aspect of it, even as much as I hate it. And like, yeah, it's still like it's just the chance of whatever the hell crazy shit's gonna happen.
How would you feel if I dropped out this morning?
I have had that happen the last 2 roasts I've been in.
Really? Your first opponent dropped out the morning of?
Yep. Actually, no, I didn't know they dropped out until I got there.
Okay.
Both shows. Yep, both shows. I did move on from each of those 2, and I got paired up with a random person. Well, the other one, the first one, I didn't have any jokes prepared for this person at all. Because I didn't know they were going to be on there. So, like, they dropped, and they're like, well, I'm actually going to pass into the thing. But then another comic came in, and they were like, hey, like, I'll jump in if you guys need anybody. And then they threw Ray LeGray up.
Oh, okay.
Yep, but, so, like, that, I was like, okay, now I have 10 minutes to come up with jokes for this person. Which was super fun, though. And, like, I really like the jokes I wrote from that 10 minutes. And I feel like that anxiety, like, I don't know, made me do like a fight or flight thing. Cause like I've been trying to, cause she's on this roast. Yeah. So I've been trying to come up with other jokes for her for like a month. And like, I've been having a harder time than when I had only 10 minutes. Yeah, I had a whole fucking month compared to 10 minutes. So like being in like a pinch situation like that can really make you speed up the writing process.
I feel like it was a lot harder though to appreciate a lot of people's jokes going forward every round. I think it's like I appreciated more from less almost because it's just so much harder because you didn't know who you're going to face. But the first round, like you kind of talked about, people put the most effort in because that's a given. That is so the person you are 100% going to face, barring any drops or anything like that. So I feel like that was like the most creative, deep thought. Like I like when Seth showed me his jokes about me. I was like, wow, these are awesome. I love it.
So fucking funny.
Gosh. Yeah, I won't say it just because he might face me in the future, and I want to see that then. I want him to bring it towards me.
I really want, like, because I know this feeling so hardcore, and I'm feeling it right now, and I'm like,
fresh.
Man, I want a speed round at the end where like we roast everybody we're supposed to roast, or maybe like you roast the person that won. Oh, if we're doing a bracket style, that'd be pretty fun. That'd be cool because it'd be like, all right, but the show would probably get pretty long. But at the same time, it'd be like, hey, if you want to roast the person that won and had good jokes for them, come up and tell a joke. Because it's like, hey, like, here's a fucking high, and now we're going to bring it back fucking down. Oh, my God. That'd be the shit. I'd like that. That'd be like a fun, like, hey, you're still shit.
You're still comic.
And that's all it is. You think you're better than us? You think you're better than me?
Still a comic at the end of the day.
Exactly. 100%. Yeah. Well, Darius, I think I'm good with where we were at. Thanks for being a pal and roasting and clown carring and doing the thing. Any things you want to plug?
Honored to be here. Just in the future, I guess, I'm going to be a part of the community showcase for Dr. Grins, April 27th, 8 p.m. Tickets are going to be $10. I'm also going to be in a Portage showcase at Travelers Bay, May 13th. Tickets are, I don't remember what tickets are, but shows like at 8.
513?
No, May 13th.
Is that 5?
Yeah, 513.
I'm gonna be there too.
Oh, you're in that?
Hell yeah,
Awesome.
that's
All right.
good shit.
We're gonna be there. We're gonna crush it.
I'm gonna bring the roasts back for that
Oh
show.
my God,
I'm just
please
gonna.
don't
I'm,
do Could you not do that, please?
I'm gonna do it. I'm. You know, you won the round. You know, you moved
Oh
forward.
my
so
gosh.
now
I would like to not think about this. I would be so stressed.
you better keep writing.
Alright.
More
As far as
More
showcases,
stressful golf outings for Darius.
those are just the ones I'm excited for. I think the other ones I'm doing are like fundraisers and things like that, but yeah, they're cool.
Fuck yeah. Shouts out Dog Comic Productions. Please follow them on Facebook and check out all their shows. Super fun stuff. Give them a lot of awesome comics a lot of time and doing cool stuff. I've got shows happening. What they are at the moment, I don't know.
May 13th, apparently. 5/13.
May 13th, yeah, 5/13 for sure. I'm gonna be popping in other places before then. Also, I got some big stuff coming that I'm gonna be announcing. That's a far away. It's a hot minute away, but we got some big stuff going down. So, yeah, make sure you follow Darius on all the social medias. What's your stuff called?
You can follow me on Instagram at _Darius Walker, and that's where I keep people posted about my upcoming show dates.
Heard. All right, cool. Keep fucking share all the clown car shit and my comedy and yeah, get home safe.
Will do. Safe as can be.